So we are saying the Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919 created a peacekeeping body called the League of Nations. While at Versailles, the peacemakers agreed to adopt Woodrow Wilson's 14th point, which advocated for the formation of an international body to keep global peace and guarantee the independence of all states, both small and great, and thus they created the League of Nations. So we are saying, at Versailles, though this man, Woodrow Wilson, when he brought the 14 points program and presented it to big names like Keremenchu said, Woodrow Wilson speaks like a Jesus Christ of Nazareth. If the Almighty God gave us 10 laws and we turn against them, what about the 14 points of Woodrow Wilson? We shall see. In others, they did not honor, but at least they honored the 14th point of creating an international peacekeeping body in form of the League of Nations. Praise be to a man called Woodrow Wilson, a constitutional lawyer and a professor of political science. Another one, the Versailles Peace Treaty led to the creation of new states in Europe. For example, Hungary was separated from Austria to become an independent state. Bohemia was combined with Moravia to create the new state of Czechoslovakia. Yugoslavia was also created from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So in this kind of arrangement, we are saying the peace treaty led to the creation of new states in Europe. I can say new states were created in Europe. By this time, the big nations were not supposed to interfere in the independence of the new states. Praise be to the diplomats at Versailles. It also restored the balance of power in Europe, which had formerly changed in favor of the militant powers such as German, Austria, and Turkey. From the mid-19th century, these powers had grabbed enormous territory from the smaller nations of Europe, thus upsetting European diplomats and balance of power. At Versailles, the Allied powers revived the status quo by granting independence to parts of the aggressive powers. Altogether, by this time we are realizing that it restored the balance of what? Power. Balance of power was restored. Changes rising up. Praise be to the diplomats at where? At Versailles. Because they revived the balance of power. The treaty also guaranteed the neutrality of international waters of Europe. The Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919 declared free navigation on all international water bodies except those that were territorial. For example, the Dandaries, the mouth of Baltic Sea, which was the source of economic conflict among European powers as far back as 1850s, was opened to the ships of all European nations at all times. We are like saying today, the big waters were supposed to be neutral. Praise be to the diplomats at Versailles. Mind you, the chairman was a man called Keremenchu from France. I can say at least the Versailles Peace Treaty had some achievement. The treaty upheld the principle of nationalism and self-determination. We believe by this time that the treaty upheld the principle of nationalism and self-determination. What's all about this? Countries had to be given their own what? Independence. No one was supposed to disturb the independence of what? countries. For example, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Kuwait, Iraq, among others, were given their what? Independence. Praise be to the lead brains